The match format is 5 strings, 14 points on offer. Thank you for giving me the sound check. It's great when I can press mute and unmute buttons. Great catch, John Alosa. Thanks for watching out for me. Hello, folks. My name is Steve Kelly. We are at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts today for a doubleheader. John Cadiero, Devin Cloyd, and Faye Sawyer, Greg Vellante is here to reiterate the silent video we had starting up today. It's Boutwell's versus Academy, and we're starting things out on the third frame now. Devin Cloyd with an 8, John Cadiero with a 9. Thank you. Sorry. There was nothing wrong other than just operator error. Had to press the unmute button. Happens, I guess. It's 35 after 3 for Devin Cloyd and 25 after 3 for John Cadiero. John Cadiero and Faye Sawyer represent Boutwell's bowling center in this match. The away bowlers and the home bowlers, Greg Vellante and Devin Cloyd, represent the home team, Academy Lanes. There's a 7 drop for Devin Cloyd. His first miss on the head pin. 6 drop for John Cadiero. Cloyd, right on the nose, too much on the nose. Leaves the cheek. John Cadiero on the head pin. Not much going on there. And Cloyd will take a nice out with a 10 for 45 and 4. John Cadiero with an out of 9 for 34 and 4. So yes, folks, the match format is 5 strings with 14 points on offer, 2 points per string and 4 for total pinfall, and ties split points right down the middle. Here's Devin Cloyd on the head pin, and he's got a strike. He's all over it. Nice strike for Devin Cloyd. John Cadiero doesn't hit the head pin, but takes the head pin. Seven drop. 2-4-7 for John Cadiero. Wants to get a little nice light tap, but he leaves the 7 pin. No mark. He'll get a nice out of a 10 box, though, for 44 after 5. And it's time for your first score update. It's currently 55 and a bonus after 5 for Devin Cloyd and 43 after 5 for John Cadiero, I believe. And it is 44.
I do score?
1 second. Doing a score correction down there. I do know the system, but prefer if I stay out of it. And there we go. That's 44. 44 after 5 is confirmed for Cadiero. 55 and a bonus after 5 is confirmed. It's now Faye Sawyer. I'm going to make that mistake a lot today, I know. 6 drop for Greg Vellante, who is our first bowler starting out. And then Faye Sawyer, oh my goodness, on your left. A lot of similar last names in ACST, past and present. 4-7 drop for Faye Sawyer. 6 drop with 4 horsemen left side for Greg Vellante. He fires, he misses to the right. Faye Sawyer. 8 standing, 2 down. So we'll take a few more out to the right of the head pin. And that will be a 7 for Vellante and a 6 for Faye Sawyer. Updated totals for you. So yes, there's automatic scoring provided by Cubica AMF here at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Score corrections are based on the automatic scoring. So any errors or anything, it's up to the bowlers, entirely up to the bowlers. The only question I may ask them occasionally, I just may say, did you really get that box? But I won't tell them if it was or was that box, just to make sure I'm in sync with them. That's all I hope to achieve here today. That's a 1 drop for Greg Vellante and a 6 drop, a late falling 6 drop for Faye Sawyer on the head pin. Greg Vellante, pins are still mixing. 6 down, 4 up. Faye Sawyer on the retrot, on the second ball for the spare. She leaves the 6 and the 10. It is game 1. It is not game 5. That was another just merely cosmetic thing. I just had to flip back to game 1. That's all. It's an 8 box for Greg Vellante, and I know why I'm saying Greg Sawyer now. It's because Faye Sawyer is facing Greg Vellante, and there was a Greg Sawyer in the league last year, and that's where I'm getting a little bit mixed up here. 14 after 2, I believe, for... No, I'm sorry. Be nice if I get these numbers in the correct order. 16 after 2 for Faye Sawyer, 15 after 2 for Greg Vellante. It's a 4 drop for Greg. Here comes Faye Sawyer. Just a little to the left of the nose, drop 6. Greg punches a little bit full, no spare. Faye Sawyer will make it a leave of 2, 1 and 10. 4-7 for Greg. Vellante, he'll take a 9 for 24 after 3. Faye Sawyer on the 1 and the 10. She'll take a nice 10 box, and that will be 26 after 3 for Faye Sawyer. If I can get this in real quick, this was Devin Cloyd's strike previously, just a few boxes ago. Watch this. All over that. Didn't get a chance to play that replay, but now you can see it once again. That's what he's going to be coming off the bench on. Vellante. He'll drop 5. Sawyer, 1-3 pocket. 4-5, 5 thinking about it. And it ends up being a 9 drop, leaving the 4. Here comes Greg Vellante, a little full once again. Faye Sawyer for the spare shot, and she'll hit a piece of wood and collide and deflect. The 8 box goes to Greg Vellante for 32 and 4. Faye Sawyer working to clean this up. He'll take it. She'll take a 9 for 35 and 4. 1 box to go before we switch back to our other 2 bowlers today. It is a head-to-head match. The 2 bowlers you see bowling out there are bowling against one another. No crisscross today. This is the Class D matchup. Faye Sawyer versus Greg Vellante. Vellante fires first. Drop 7. 3, 6, 10. Faye Sawyer. She'll make it a 6 drop and a split. Greg Vellante, he just misses the object pin. Not much going on there. Leaves the 3. And Faye fires. It's away. She'll nearly take the spare. She's got the opposite pin of Greg. Greg will take it his for a 10. 42 and 5. That is confirmed. Faye Sawyer will take a 9 for 44 in 5, keeping everything close overall. Here's a score update. 44 after 5 for Faye Sawyer, 42 after 5 for Greg Vellante, 44 after 5 for John Cadiero, 55 and a bonus after 5 with 2 marks for Devin Cloyd. And the leads are still small. 11 for Cloyd, plus 11 plus is Phil, and then Faye Sawyer plus 2 right now. Coming up next here when we come back is John Cadiero and Devin Cloyd, head-to-head match, Class B North. Boutwells versus Academy today. John Cadiero, he'll make it a 6 mix. For the double strike, and that's a double strike for Mr. Devin Cloyd. John Cadiero trying to respond, but can't quite do it. And John Cadiero will take a 9 box. Let's look at that double strike once again from Mr. Devin Cloyd. Look at this. Beautiful ball. Gentleman Devin Cloyd is being coached by Josh Daly. Fun fact. Oh, yikes. What an interesting split, whatever that was, from John Cadiero, and that'll be a 7 on his Cloyd's double strike fill so far. It's a 5 split for John Cadiero. Wanting to make something out of it, and just the pins just didn't quite do it. And that will be an 8 on the strike fill for Devin Cloyd. We'll give you updated numbers in just a moment. John Cadiero, though, first and foremost, 5'7", oh goodness, 5'7", 9, I believe. I don't know. And he'll make it a 7. And it'll be a 9 for Cloyd. I believe that's going to be 99 for Cloyd. It is. And 60 and 7 for John Cadiero. Yes, that's confirmed after the score correction. John Cadiero is on the pocket. Split 7. Cloyd misses his head pin, drops 6. On the 5, 7, 10. Goodbye for Mr. John Cadiero with a spare on the board. That 5 pin took a ride, but didn't fall, but the second ball definitely took it. Devin Cloyd missed his spare. He's at 99 and 7. 70 and a bonus and 8 for John Cadiero. Potential 108 and 8 for Devin Cloyd, or 109, pending this 9 or 10 box, respectively. And that will be a 10. That's 109 and 8 for Mr. Devin Cloyd. Why don't we take a look at that shot by John Cadiero while we're waiting here. Look at this. Beautiful shot. And he's got it. John Cadiero on the head pin again. It'll split 6. Oh, and a 1 drop. A quarter Worcester and a 1 fill for, or not a 1 fill, just a one drop. 6 fill for John Cadiero. But how about that for a recovery, though, for Mr. Cloyd? Sparing that 1 drop up. John Cadiero will make it an 8 box in the 9th for 84 and 9. And 119 in the ball. So look at this shot by Devin Cloyd. Look at that rack ripper of a 9. 84, 119 is confirmed right now. John Cadiero coming up. Lane 44. John Cadiero on the head pin, and he'll fill with 7. Or not fill with 7, drop 7, excuse me. That's the fill at 2 for Devin Cloyd. Cadiero will deflect off the wood. And Devin Cloyd, will he come back for the spare? He sure will. And that'll be a 9 for Mr. Cadiero. Devin Cloyd, he's got 5 marks. He's at 131 and a bonus, 93 for John Cadiero, I believe, pending the score correction. Just waiting on that. Yes, it is confirmed. The fill ball for Devin Cloyd is on the nose. It'll be at least 8. It will be 8. And my goodness, a 139 opening stanza for Devin Cloyd to John Cadiero's 93 head-to-head. So an early lead of 46 for Devin Cloyd in the first game. He easily takes the first game. That's 2 points for Devin Cloyd. Plenty of points to go around, though. Don't call this a runaway just yet. And welcome back. It'll be Faye Sawyer on your right this time, and Greg Vellante on your left. Here at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. How you doing? I'm Steve Kelly. Faye Sawyer on the right. Faye Sawyer curves into the center. Splits 5. And a 5 drop as well. Splits 5s all around. Faye Sawyer on what's left of the spread eagle. It'll be a 2-3-6 leave. Vellante misses the object pin, slides the 7, but stays on. Faye Sawyer will leave 1 for a 9. 53 and 6. Greg Vellante will take a 9 as well. 53 and 6 for Faye Sawyer. 51 and 6 for Greg Vellante. There's Faye Sawyer with a 5 drop, a 6 drop. 1, 4, 7, 8. Vellante with a near strike. Pins are wiggling. 4 and 10. Glued to the ground. Faye Sawyer looking to spare it up, and she does. Faye Sawyer's on the board with a mark. Can Greg Vellante respond? Oh, and he'll narrowly take the pin on the left and leave the 10 on the right. Vellante will make it a 9 for 60 and 7. Oh, we have another shot. Another look at this shot by Faye Sawyer. Look at this. Right in the head pin, curved off to the left at the last moment. That was a perfect kind of ball. There's Faye Sawyer filling a spare. And she'll mix 4. And there is Greg Vellante on the head pin with a check mark left side. Sawyer curving in, and she's got it for a spare. Greg Vellante misses off to the right. Faye Sawyer 2 marks in a row here. 2-4-7 for Greg. Cleans it up the best he can for a 9. His third 9 box in a row for 69 in 8, and 77 in a bonus for Faye Sawyer in the same box. Look at this shot by Faye Sawyer. A beautiful ball. She's going to be filling that spare now, going into the 9th, completing the 8th. Faye Sawyer drops 6, fills 6. And Greg will drop 1 on the 4. Faye Sawyer looks for the 3-peat. Doesn't quite get it, though. It was a great bid, though. Vellante, he'll complete the lemons. Double lemon drop, 4 and 6. And Faye Sawyer looking to finish this up with a 10. She's got it for 93 and 9. Greg Vellante just trying to get out of this box with dignity, and he will with a 7 for 76 and 9. Folks, if you enjoy subtitles and live captioning, I encourage you to enable those if you enjoy the feature. And also consider the transcript feature when this match is eventually uploaded to YouTube. Appreciate that a lot. Faye Sawyer will drop 5. Not on the head pin. Greg Vellante is on the head pin, and he'll drop 7. Last chance for marks. Faye Sawyer on the head pin in the pocket. Just awkward mix, leaves the 4 and the 6. Greg Vellante, he's got a much needed spare. His first spare of the match, his first spare of the game, 86 and a bonus in the 10th. Faye Sawyer will take an 8. That'll put Faye Sawyer at 101. 86 pending for Greg Vellante. That will be the first game for Faye Sawyer. It should be, they are score correcting. I'm just going to hold for that. I hope it ends up being what I got. The bowlers from Boutwell's, they're not used to the cubic AMF system, so understandable, just takes a couple extra seconds. It is 101 confirmed for Faye Sawyer. 86 and a bonus for Greg Vellante. The final ball he throws of this game is on the head pin for a fill, and he'll fill with 8. He'll keep it close in the total at the very least. It's still +7 for Faye Sawyer in this game. Faye Sawyer 101, Greg Vellante 94. That is confirmed. 93 for John Cadiero, and 139 for Devin Cloyd. Fantastic first game. Particularly stand out for Devin Cloyd. What a heck of a performance he put. The rookie bowler in the ACST has put up in the first game here. So we are getting ready for game 2. When we come back, it'll be more action. It'll be John Cadiero and Devin Cloyd coming up here in just perhaps about 10 to 20 seconds here on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. And it's great to have you along with us here. John Cadiero and Devin Cloyd down there, head to head. Devin Cloyd, if he isn't the youngest member of the ACST, he's definitely down there. This is his first season, some of his first matches ever here. Here's John Cadiero. Taking a few out, dropping 3. That's a 3 drop for Devin Cloyd as well. John Cadiero, oh, wow, nice attempt. Devin Cloyd, similar, also nice attempt. Cadiero will take a 9 to open up the second game, the first box of the second game. 8, 9, or 10 for Devin Cloyd. He misses it for an 8. No marks in the first. So Devin Cloyd has a season record of 8-20 with 2 matches played so far. He averages 106.7 right now. This is his first home match of the season. Devin Cloyd shaves a few off. 3 down to be exact. And for a strike bid, maybe 7-pin stands for John Cadiero. And Cloyd chops wood. Working box. And that's a spare for Mr. John Cadiero. A single pin spare, a nice quiet one, but still great. Cloyd wants to get out of this box. That'll be a 5. 19 after 2 and a bonus, and that for Cadiero, 13 after 2 for Cloyd. Let's watch this single pin shot by John Cadiero once again. Look at this. Precision and execution are key to Candlepin bowling. Here comes Mr. Cloyd. Head pin. Almost a strike. 2-pin stands tall. And the fill for John Cadiero is a 7. Cloyd, he's got it for a spare on the single. Cadiero, he almost has it for the spare on the harder shot, but he leaves 1. And Cloyd will make it a 9 for 35 in 3. See if we can get this shot in real quick by Devin Cloyd. May have to cut it short if he starts his approach, but look at that. Nice shot. Here's the follow-up. Devin Cloyd on the nose. He'll drop 6. He'll split 6. And that's a 2 drop for Mr. Cadiero. For the spare bid, nothing doing for Devin Cloyd. John Cadiero on a 2 drop. Pin's going to fall late. The 10 box for Devin Cloyd, he'll take a 7. That's 36 and 4. Cadiero, 8 or 9 or 10. He's going to make it an 8 for 43 in 4. Appreciate you watching. We're at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts today. There's a Youth Pro tournament going on in the Blue Room. The place is pretty packed today. All weekend, Academy Lanes has been pretty bonkers. I was here yesterday, and it was about the same situation. Here's Devin Cloyd. 7 drop and a 7 split. Here's John Cadiero with a 6 drop and a split. Cloyd takes 2, 7-pin wiggles, not much otherwise. And Cadiero, yep, working box. Maybe he'll get the 2 out of it. He will. Cloyd will make it a 9 for 45 and 5. Cadiero, 9 or 10. Makes it a 9. 52 and 5 for Cadiero and 45 after 5 for Cloyd. Bit of a reversal this time around. John Cadiero who took it on the nose in the first game, is looking to bounce back in the second, and so far he is doing that. Both bowlers with some interesting first balls, just some bad luck there, but Cadiero was able to weather the storm just ever so slightly better, +7 in this game. Coming up next here is Greg Vellante and Faye Sawyer here on the ACST, the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Nice to have you along here. Start of the second game. Let's talk about Greg Vellante if we have some time. He has a season record of 24-18 with 3 matches played. Away record 12-6, home record 12-2, season average 104.4, away average 103.4, home average 106.6, high single 128, high series 557, 3 strikes, 34 spares, 30 tens, 44.7 perfect box percentage, and 1567 seasonal total pins. There's a 3 drop for Mr. Greg Vellante. Faye Sawyer drops 7 on the head pin. Here comes Greg. A little too full on the head pin, and somehow I was able to kind of tell what the outcome of that shot was going to be before the ball was even a quarter of the way down the lane. Sometimes you just know. And Faye Sawyer just off the object a little bit. And Mr. Vellante will take a 9. Faye on the 3. All over it for a 10 box. Greg Vellante currently 2nd place in his division, and he's 6th place in the wild card overall. He is in Class D North Division 4 as he was last season. Took 24 points in his past 5 matches, 1498 pinfall so far. That's a 6 drop, 7 drop for Greg Vellante. Faye Sawyer on the 1-3. She'll take 5 down. The bail on the left. Vellante. Just a little off target. Faye Sawyer for the spare. Oh, it was a nice bid, but she left the sleeper. Sleeper was tough to convince. Greg Vellante with a nice 10. Nice out, 19 after 2. Faye Sawyer, after thinking about it, takes a 9. It's 19 after 2 for both of our bowlers as of right now. Here's Greg with a 6 drop. He missed the head pin, but he still got the 4 horsemen. With some wood, some psychological assistance wood. Faye Sawyer's on the pocket. Oh, it's a 9 drop. With the 8 drop, with the 8 pin standing. The spare, ooh, wow. Interesting. Only 2 of 4 of those 4 horsemen go down for Greg Vellante on the object, but just weird action. And that's Faye Sawyer with a nice spare on the single with wood. That'll help her pull ahead. 8 box for Greg Vellante, 27 after 3. Let's see if we can get this shot in. Here's Faye Sawyer. That wood was, in some houses that wouldn't go, but it does here at Academy in the green room. Here's Greg, he'll drop 5. Well, not on the head pin. Once again, the left side 4 horsemen in the 10. Faye Sawyer on the head pin. Nice fill of 8, 6-10. This is Greg Vellante thinking long and hard about it. You see that down there, pondering that shot. 1, 2, 4, 7, 10. It's away, and he's on it. What a nice shot by Greg Vellante, and he needed that to maintain pace. Now it's up to Greg Sawyer to maintain her lead with the spare potential. Oh, and she's on the cap of the wood and takes the 6 and leaves the 10. That may equalize things a little bit here, potentially. And she stays on for a 10 box, though. Great out by Faye Sawyer, 47 after 4. But I want to see that shot by Greg Vellante once more. Look at this. Beautiful shot by Greg Vellante. Took a long time thinking about it, and sometimes that does the world for you. Here's Greg. 1-3 pocket. Oh, beauty of a strike-looking ball. Drops 9, fills 9. 9 fill for Greg Vellante. If Faye Sawyer can't get her right to left motion going, that's a 4 drop. And that's another spare for Greg Vellante. That will pull Greg Vellante ahead a little bit. Here's Faye Sawyer on the spare shot. She's just a little bit off to the left. Leaves the 1 and the 8. Faye Sawyer. Oh, nice 10 box though. Wow, an unexpected 10 box out there. Let's take a look at that shot by Greg Vellante though while we're at the half here before we give you the score update. Bam, all over it. And let me key in the scores and get everything up to date. It should be 57 after 5 is confirmed for Faye Sawyer. That was just fixed. 56 and a bonus after 5 for Greg Vellante. Meanwhile, 53 looks like for John Cadiero. I'll have to take a look at that. It looks like he had a 9 in the 4th, so okay. Following the bowlers again. Anyways, score corrections in. I'll give you the update in just a moment. There's an 8 split for Cadiero and a 7 drop for Cloyd. And for the spare, oh, Cadiero, no luck there. Devin Cloyd, similar situation. No mark for either bowler here in the 6th. Cadiero. Ooh, in between the gutter and the pin for a 9. And a 9 for Devin Cloyd as well. Let's talk about John Cadiero. He's played 4 matches. Season record even of 28 and 28. Away record 8 and 6. Home record 20 and 22. Season average 110.2. Away average 104.4. Home average 112.13 at Boutwell's. 127 high single, 582 high series. There's a 2 drop. Devin Cloyd, there's a nice strike. That was a fast one too. I wasn't even ready for that one, but I'll get you the replay in a second. Oh, and Cadiero, maybe some backdoor. That head pin falls. Get a kick on the 6, not quite. Good attempt though. Cadiero will clean it up. Maybe, nope, he'll get a 9. Let's look at that replay though by Devin Cloyd. Wow, I was not prepared for that strike. That was a fast one. $64 and a bonus for Cloyd, 71 for Cadiero. And here is John Cadiero, and oh, he'll split 6. Cloyd misses the head pin, but he'll get the head pin by proxy, looks like. 8 so far on the fill. Banana split for Cadiero. And he'll try to take the banana. He'll take 2 off of each side. Cloyd, he'll take a spare on strike. An excellent shot. Cadiero will take 9. Let's get a replay of that. Look at that shot by Devin Cloyd on the 6-10, all over it. 84 and a bonus for Devin Cloyd in the 8th, clawing back the lead. John Cadiero, 80 and 8. 2 drop for Cadiero, left side, half Worcester. Cloyd not on the head pin, but he takes a 6 fill, which is great. Cadiero, he misses the head pin, leaves 4 on deck. Cloyd misses the object, gets some bouncy pin action, leaves 2. The 1 and the 6. That'll be a 6 box for John Cadiero. And a 10 box for Devin Cloyd. That'll be big for the differential on that big box win there. 109 for Cloyd, 86 and 9 for Mr. Cadiero. Here's Cadiero punching through the head. 5-drop spread eagle. Cloyd drops 4 with a 6-pack right side. It's no mark for Cadiero. Cloyd, same story. Cadiero, he'll make it a 7. Cloyd will make it an 8. It should be 93 for Cadiero and 108 for Cloyd, I believe. And that is maybe they're discussing that. He believes it's 8. Holding for the. Devin's confirming with Cadiero. Yes, 108. Okay, that is confirmed. I was just holding. They were talking about it down there. It is currently 186 after 2 games for John Cadiero and 247 after 2 for Devin Cloyd. Devin Cloyd taking 2 games so far. 4 points for Devin Cloyd as of right now. Let's face Sawyer and Greg Vellante next. And Greg Vellante's on the mark. Faye Sawyer will fire first, though. Here's Faye Sawyer. Oh, wow, nice ball. 9-drop on the head pin. Nice light ball. Here's Greg Vellante filling a spare, working on a spare. He's on the head pin. Yikes. 4-drop, and that was not fair at all. But that's Candlepin bowling for you. That's a split. Faye Sawyer on the spare, and she's got it. Got it by proxy, but still got it. Greg Vellante wants to clean that mess up, but can't quite do it. Leaves the 7-10. And he'll make it a 9-box. No 3rd mark in a row for Greg Vellante. But Faye Sawyer has one. Look at this shot. Again, play the wood. Sometimes it works. You have to with that kind of shot. Faye Sawyer is working on a spare. Faye Sawyer off to the left. Takes a 5 fill. Takes 5. You like jazz? And there's Greg Sawyer with working box. 4-drop. Greg Vellante, not Greg Sawyer. Oh my goodness. Faye Sawyer 1-7-10-6-8. Into the ocean. Greg Vellante. Everything but the object pin. And Faye Sawyer, oh my goodness, that will be a 5-box for Faye, and a 10 for Greg. And that's actually kind of going to even things out. That'll be 77-7 for Faye Sawyer, 79-7 for Greg Vellante. Yes, that is confirmed. As that score correction went in. Faye Sawyer on your right in the blue, Greg Vellante in the navy on your left. 1-2 pocket for Faye Sawyer. Yikes. 4-drop. Greg Vellante drops 7 on the head pin. Both bowlers on the head pin. Here's Faye. She'll take the 5. Greg on the triangle takes all but the object once again. Oh, Faye Sawyer just a little bit off the 3. That'll be a 5-box. And a 10 for Greg, a repeat of the previous box. Should be 89 for Greg Vellante. It looks like his lane is having some issues with the automatic sensor. It seems to be missing a pin every now and then. That seems to be what's going on most consistently. And Faye Sawyer will drop 4. Greg Vellante also left the head pin, drops 5. Faye on the head pin, a little bit too full, leaves the 6 and the 10. Greg, again, everything but the object pin. Faye on the 6-10. She'll make it a 9 for 91 and 9. Greg, his third 10 box in a row for 99 and 9. Faye Sawyer has a season record after 4 matches played of 30 and 26, an away record of 14-14, home record 16-12, season average 100.1, away average 96.5, home average 103.8. That's another 5-drop split for Faye Sawyer. Greg Vellante, oh, he takes down 9 and leaves the 4. Four, 5, 7, 8, 10 for Faye. Plays the wood the best she could do, takes the left cluster of 4, leaves the 10, no mark. It looks like Greg Vellante is going to be taking this game. And there's a spare for Greg, that will lock it up. And Faye, nice out of a 10. She's got some real bad luck there towards the end. But let's look at the shot by Greg Vellante. Bam. I'll show it to you one more time here in full. Look at that. And he's working on the spare now. Head pin. Pin still mixing. 4-pin thinking about it. It'll be a 7 fill. 116 for Greg Vellante. Nice showing there. Greg Vellante taking the second game after falling in the first. Faye Sawyer has 2 points. Greg Vellante has 2 points. John Cadiero, no points. Devin Cloyd, 4 points. 202 for Faye Sawyer with a 101. Greg Vellante with that 116, 210 after 2. John Cadiero after 2, 186 with a 93 and 108 for Devin Cloyd for a 2-game total of 247. That is the story of Game 2. Let's prepare for Game 3 now. As quick as we can here because the bowlers are already starting. That's a 2-drop for Devin Cloyd. And a 3-drop for John Cadiero. Devin Cloyd leaves the 5 and the 8. Cadiero, head pin, almost takes it. Almost. Horseshoes and hand grenades. An 8 for Cloyd. And a 9 for Cadiero. Hope you're enjoying this match at home on this Sunday morning. Devin Cloyd, season average 106.7. And he'll drop 9. John Cadiero, not in the head pin, drops 6. 9 drop for Devin Cloyd. Oh, and deflection and the second chance, but still nothing there for Devin Cloyd. John Cadiero will take 1 and leave 3. No marks for either bowler, whiffing both. Cloyd will miss for a 9. And Cadiero will take, a 10 box, pinning that one out. A great shot. Devin Cloyd currently 4th place in his division, 14th in the wild card seed, still very early in the season, so don't put too much stock into that. 134 high single, 550 high series. Here's Devin Cloyd. Off to the left, quick 7 go down. Cadiero, 4-drop. Oh, and chopping of wood for Devin Cloyd. John Cadiero on the head pin pocket, leaves the 10. We're in the green room at Academy Lanes, synthetic lanes in this room in particular. This is the Pub 125 room. 8 for Cloyd, 9 for Cadiero. That is 25 after 3 for Devin Cloyd and 28 after 3 for John Cadiero. That is confirmed. Oh, and there's a strike. Nice strike for Devin Cloyd. He was fishing for that one. And almost with the answer, John Cadiero, he does answer. Stereo strikes. The so what, as we call that in Worlds. Oh my goodness, actually, and let's take a look at let's double click on John Cadiero's in particular. Look at that. 1-3 pocket. It looked like an 8-drop and it rolled towards, but meanwhile, 4-drop for Devin Cloyd, wanting to waste no time on that. John Cadiero for the double, he drops 7. Split 7. Next ball completes the strike fills. Devin Cloyd just a little bit off. We'll take a 7 on the fill. John Cadiero, 7 fill already. Let's see if he can spare this up. 4, 6, 7. Oh, and he'll make it an 8 fill, so he'll win the box. He'll win the box by 1 with an 18 box in the 4th. And that will be an 8 box. $50 and $54 are the confirmed totals after 5. John Cadiero, 54 after 5. Devin Cloyd, 50 after 5. I think. Actually, it might be 56. Excuse me. I think I messed something up here. That's in as a 10. Tentatively, it's currently 56 after 5, looks like, for John Cadiero. If there's a correction, I'll issue it as soon as they fix it down there. When we come back, it's Faye Sawyer and Greg Vellante here on the ACST to bowl their first 5. Vellante on your right in the navy. Faye Sawyer in the light blue on your left. Here's Greg. Head pin, and he strikes it up. Way to come off the bench and start the third game. Here's Faye. She'll take 3. She'll take 4. Maybe a 5th. 10 pin is thinking about it. It'll be a 4-drop for Faye. Faye Sawyer wants to be on the object, but just a little bit off to the right. 1, 2, 10. And Faye Sawyer will take a 7 to start things out. Let's look at that strike, though, by Mr. Greg Vellante on the 1-2 pocket. Blew them all up, and he got the 6 pin at the end. Here's Greg. He fires on a strike fill to the right. Drops 6 so far. Faye's ball is on the head pin. She'll drop 8. For the spare, and that is a spare for Greg Vellante. Spare on strike. Faye Sawyer won't take that laying down, though. She's got a spare as well. Great shots there. Let's spotlight Faye Sawyer's spare here on the 2 and the 4. Beautiful ball. Missed the object, but the wood was what got it. Here comes Greg Vellante on lane 44. He fires. He's off to the left of the head pin, but he'll mix 8 down and fill with 8. And that's important. Faye Sawyer. The 1-3. Oh, and she'll fill with 8. That's a so what right there, too. Here comes Greg. And he's got it for a spare. Another one, his 3rd mark in a row. And Faye, yes, she's got it too. Back to back to back spares. That was 5 marks in 6 boxes just now. Here's Faye Sawyer's shot again. Look at that. That was a cool one on the sleeper. $35.48. Sawyer Vellante, respectively. Plus fills. Here's Greg Vellante with a left side Caleary 5-drop. Here comes Faye Sawyer. She'll take 3 off the side. A side order of 3 on that fill. Greg Vellante, will he get 4 in a row? He won't quite do it. Just an awkward angle off the object. Faye Sawyer leaves the 10. Yes, where was that last ball? And Greg Vellante still perfect with a 10 for 63 in 4. Faye Sawyer looking for a 9 or a 10 box for a potential 48 after 4 with a 10 box. 47 guaranteed. Faye Sawyer fires. Oh, caps the wood. That didn't do anything for her. That's 47 in 4 for Faye Sawyer. 63 in 4 for Mr. Greg Vellante. Greg fires. He'll take 6 down. Here's Faye's ball. It's away. 1-2 pocket. Oh, yikes. 4, 5, 7, 10. Split a 6. John Cadiero and Faye Sawyer of Boutwell's Bowling Center having some trouble with splits in this place today. Oh, and Greg Vellante leaves the 6. Pretty shot, but everything danced around the 6. Here's Faye Sawyer. Oh, and she almost takes everything, but the 4 doesn't go. She almost walked away from that. That would have been funny if that went. Oh, and Greg Vellante will take a 9. Not perfect this half. 72 after 5. Greg Vellante has come to town. 9 or 10 for Faye Sawyer. She'll take a 9 for a 56 half. Score update time, 56-72 is confirmed for Faye Sawyer and Greg Vellante, excuse me. 3 marks for Greg Vellante, 2 marks for Faye Sawyer. 3 for 5 on the head pin with 1 split. Greg Vellante only 1 head pin shot, no splits. There's John Cadiero. He'll take 2 out. And Devin Cloyd. He'll take 5 down. Cadiero. Chopping wood. Getting a mix. 4 standing, 6 down. Devin Cloyd leaves the head pin. He missed the head pin. And for the 10 box, not quite. And that'll be 9 boxes all around for both bowlers, taking different paths to get there. 65 and 6 for Cadiero, 59 and 6 for Cloyd. And it seems that a previous box for Cadiero was indeed official, so I will follow the bowlers. Always bowlers call when it comes to these broadcasts. 7 drop for Cadiero. And Devin Cloyd will take a quick 9 down. I was worried that was going to be a strike, and I thought I missed it there, but not quite. And Cadiero with a nice spare pickup on the triangle. And Cloyd will do the same. Spares all around. And in particular, Devin Cloyd's, here's Cadiero's. And then here's Cloyd's. Just barely skating by. Oh, and Cadiero, he'll drop 9. He'll take 10 out for a strike. Strike on spare, I'll have you know. 4 down for Cloyd. And Cloyd still working on it. Oh, he got way more pins than I thought he was going to get. At least the 1 and the 4. 4 pin, I think, is stabilizing. He'll make that an 8 box for 81. Let's look at that shot by Mr. Cadiero once again. That strike ball. Great ball in the 1-3 pocket. Look at that steering of the wood. There's a 4 drop so far for Cadiero. And Devin Cloyd almost takes a strike in revenge. Not quite, though. Cadiero. Ooh, and he'll shave a few off. That'll be an 8 fill, I believe. And there's a spare pickup for Devin Cloyd all the while. Cadiero with a 10. My goodness, this has been a heck of a barn burner. 113 so far for John Cadiero and 91 and a bonus for Devin Cloyd. That is confirmed as of right now. And Cadiero, he'll take 3 out so far. Cloyd, that smooth delivery, takes a 5 on his fill, a Caleri. Cadiero on the half Worcester, and the ball doesn't give him any favors there. Cadiero will take the sleeper off the Caleri. Cadiero will take 8. Cloyd will take 10. I believe that's 106 to 121, Cloyd and Cadiero. Cadiero will take some points. 121 Cadiero is confirmed. 105? He had a 10 in the 9th, but I'm not sure if they're correcting that So, okay, I guess we'll put in the 9 box for Cloyd, maybe. He's walking back now to correct it, actually. Stay tuned for more score correcting action. It is a 106 for Devin Cloyd. Okay, they have now officially fixed it. And welcome back, it's Faye Sawyer. And Faye Sawyer, light hit, no head pin, 5 down, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. Greg Vellante, after a big first half, he'll take 5 down. Faye Sawyer with the spare, she's got it. Nice 1, 7, 8, 9, 10 pickup. Greg leaves 3 to stand on the deck. 1, 7, 9. Seven, 8, 9, or 10 for Greg. He'll make it an 8 for 80 and 6. How about we take a look at this shot by Faye Sawyer again. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. Off it goes. And there goes 5 pins. Pausing real quick for to help some kids over off the left. So yes, we're at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts today. Since 1963, it's the largest Candlepin house in the world. Right next door is Aroma Joe's and Wicked Axe. And it's owned by the DeBurrow family. Opened in 1963, celebrating 60 years of operation in December of 2023, featuring 44 lanes across 3 rooms. Today, we are in the green room today. Not often we're in here. It's the room with Pub 125. It's all synthetic lanes in here, as opposed to all the other rooms. Automatic scoring by Cubica AMF. Here's Faye Sawyer. On the nose, on the pocket. She'll fill with 8. How about that? Cadiero Greg Vellante on deck. Greg Vellante, he'll take the 5, 7, 10, and the 8 for a split of 6. Faye Sawyer plays the wrong wood. 6 and 10 stand tall. Greg sails into the ocean. Faye Sawyer for an 8, 9, or 10 box. She's got it for a 10. Missed the second, get the third, 84 and 7. Greg Vellante will take an 8 for 88 and 7. This is one heck of a match. One heck of a match. 84-88 is confirmed. And the 121-106 is also confirmed, I'll have you know. It's Faye Sawyer on the pocket. Oh wow. 4-9. Split of 8. That is a downed pin, the diagonal one. Greg Vellante will take 4 down. Faye Sawyer's got the 4 and the 9. Oh, yeah. All right. That's a don't hurt him now kind of spare. Greg Vellante working box, leaves 2 on the deck. And Vellante will make that a 9. Let's look at that replay by Faye Sawyer again. Look at that shot. That was a great one. I almost thought it wasn't going to go. The ball stayed on. That was a great one. Actually, John Cadiero came over to watch the replay on that. He was actually that enthralled with it. There's a 6 fill for Faye Sawyer. And Greg Vellante will take down 5. And Faye Sawyer will leave the 9. Right kind of shot, just didn't push back to the sleeper. On the bail for Greg Vellante, he'll take the 5 and leave the 3, 6, 9, 10. Faye Sawyer will make it a 9 box for 109 and 9. Greg will take it, will make a 10 for 107 and 9. Here's Faye Sawyer. She'll take 4 down, 1, 7, 8, 9, 6 drop. And Greg Sawyer, similar thing, 6 drop, no head pin. Faye Sawyer, oh, come on, push the 7, not quite. Faye making a comment about the speed of the ball, and that's possibly true. That might have been the factor in taking the 7 with some extra force on that, some extra zhuzh on the ball. Faye Sawyer shooting for a 9 or a 10. She's got it for the 10. And 119 game 3 for Faye Sawyer. That's a 6 for Greg Vellante. 113. Faye Sawyer will take the 3rd game with that. Came down to the final box. 119 to 113. It's up there as a 10 for Greg. I don't think that's correct. He had a 6, not a 9. But I think they're correcting it now. Again, stand by. Lane 43 has had wonky scoring today, so we're just double checking. Still holding. Yes, 113 is confirmed. Okay, all right. Feel better now. All right. So that's the end of game 3. We're going to move on to game 4. And just a hot second here while I just prepare things back here. Get ready for game Quattro. Here's Devin Cloyd. He'll take 7 down so far. John Cadiero takes down 4 and leaves a 6-pack left side. Cloyd. And he's got a spare on the triangle. John Cadiero misses the object, leaves the object on the 6-pack left. And he'll take a 10 box. Let's review that triangle shot for Devin Cloyd. 2-4-5. I mean, look at that, great shot. Devin Cloyd. Oh, he's getting some backdoor action. He'll get a 7 fill off of that. Missed the head pin. Synthetic action can result in some interesting shots like that. That's a 7 drop for John Cadiero, all the same, 1-4-7. Not on the head pin either. Devin Cloyd on the head pin, too much on the head pin that time. John Cadiero, 1-4-7. Ooh, same idea. Same miss. They got symmetrical shots. For 10 boxes, though. Cloyd. He'll make it a 9. Cadiero. He'll make it a 9. Oh my god, perfectly symmetrical boxes there. There's a congress going on down there. I'm hearing words of a foul. Okay. Don't think I saw that, but... What? That is not correct. Something is going on down there. I'll let you know as soon as I know what's happening. Okay, he fouled and made it an 8 in the second. That's good great sportsmanship there by John Cadiero. I don't think I saw it, but it is bowler's call. Devin Cloyd missing the spare. John Cadiero missing the spare as well. Splits for both. Cloyd makes it a 7 box. And that will be a 9 box for Mr. John Cadiero. Devin Cloyd, 4th in his division, 14th in the wild card seed, as we talked about earlier. Taken 8 points in his recent matches. Longest streak of games over 100 is 2. Longest streak of matches over 500 is also 2. There's a 2 drop for Devin Cloyd. And there's a 2 drop and a spread eagle for John Cadiero. Both bowlers punching out. Here's John Cadiero's, and here's Devin Cloyd's. Watch this. 1-3 pocket leaves the 4-5. Oh, field goal. No mark for either bowler. They're just trying to get out of these boxes at this point. And Devin Cloyd will make that a 9. 42-4. Cadiero. He'll make that. Oh, a nice 9 by John Cadiero. Great out. 42-4 for Cloyd. 36-4 for Cadiero. That is confirmed. Three drop for Cloyd on the left side, back rear Candlepin corner. John Cadiero, ooh, we got a good mix despite not hitting the head pin, drop 6. Cloyd will punch awkwardly. Not much there otherwise. Cadiero will take the head pin and only the head pin. Cloyd will go out with a 10. Cadiero will go out with a 9. Looks to be 52 after 5 for Cloyd, 45 after 5 for John Cadiero, I believe. Score correcting coming down there. Yes, confirmed. 45 for John Cadiero, 52 after 5 for Devin Cloyd. No marks going on there. Let's see what Faye, Sawyer, and Greg Vellante can do next when we come back. And we are back. It's Faye Sawyer who will be on the left and Greg Vellante on the right. Here's Greg. It's away. Off to the right, mixes down 8. Missed the head pin, but didn't matter much. Faye Sawyer up next. She's on the pocket, drops 6, split 6. Oh, and Greg will just miss off to the left. Take the sleeper, leave the head pin. Faye, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and she'll take 2 and leave the 4 and the 7. Greg for a 10. He's got a 10. 10 after 1. Faye Sawyer on the 4 and the 7. She'll take an 8. That's, not that one yet. Here's Faye Sawyer's stats, 30 and 26 after 4 matches played, 14-14 away, 16-12 home. She's currently second place in her division. And there's a 7 drop for Mr. Greg Vellante on the head pin. Rear Candlepin corner left side for the spare. Faye Sawyer will take 3. Four, 7, 10 for Greg. Looks like it could go. Oh, it does go. He got the spare. Sorry about that. I pressed the wrong button, wrong lane. But he's got the spare regardless. Faye Sawyer on the head pin and just doesn't quite take anything else but the head pin. And for the follow-up, she'll make it a 7 box. 20 and a bonus after 2 for Greg Vellante, 15 after 2 for Faye Sawyer. Greg Vellante's longest streak of strings greater than 100 has been 6 so far. 7 drop for Mr. Vellante. And a 7 fill for 27 after 2. Here's Greg Sawyer, Faye Sawyer. Yeah, just start a counter every time I do that, please. There's a 6-pack left for Faye Sawyer. It's Faye Sawyer and Greg Vellante, and keep crisscrossing the names for some reason. Stand by for Faye Vellante. Greg leaves 2 on the deck. Faye Sawyer on the 6-pack, and she'll spare the 6-pack. Nice shot by Faye. Greg, 8, 9, or 10. We'll take a 9 for 36 and 3. And I do have a replay of that for Faye Sawyer. Great ball. The ball coming back seems to be a bit of a recurring theme in this room in particular at Academy. Seems to be working in a lot of ways. Greg Vellante on lane 44. And he'll mix down 7. He'll mix down 8. Faye Sawyer. She's on the nose, on the head pin, and she'll get at least 5. She'll get a split of 6. And there's a spare for Mr. Vellante, though, all the while. Alternating boxes for spares, basically, right now. Faye Sawyer will take 1 more out. 7, 8, 9, or 10 box for Faye with a 6 fill. And Faye Sawyer will make it a 9. 40 after 4 for Sawyer, 46 and a bonus after 5 for Greg Vellante. Let's look at Greg Vellante's shot on the 1 and the 3 while we have the time here. Nice shot. Vellante will fill with 6. Faye Sawyer will take 3 out. Greg will take 2 and leave 2. Faye will punch 2 more out. 1, 7, 10, 4, 6. Nice 10 box for Greg Vellante. 62 and 5. Nice half by Greg Vellante. He's had a couple of those nice halves, both this game and last. Faye Sawyer will take a 6 box for 46 after 5. 46 after 5 and 62. Yes, that is correct. All right, it's a difference of 18 in the total for Greg Vellante, and Greg Vellante currently holds the game by 16. Devin Cloyd holding on the total by 53 and holding the game by +7 as of right now. Here's John Cadiero wasting no time, taking 2 out. And 6 go down for Devin Cloyd. Cadiero leaving 5 on the plate, 2 on the plate for Cloyd. And Cadiero will leave 8. And a 9 for Cloyd. John Cadiero with a strike. Nice shot. And Devin Cloyd tries to answer, but he only drops 6. But a nice spare for Devin Cloyd, though. Nice beauty on the check mark. Nice shot there by Devin Cloyd on the check mark. Sorry, I was catching up on the scores there. If I don't play any replays, I do have highlight reels where I take all the replays that I do save, whether I play them back or not, and I upload them to 3-Ball Spare, so do check out the highlight reels of all these matches if you're interested. Devin Cloyd working on a spare, he'll drop 5. Cadiero still working on his strike fill. 1, 2, 9, 10 for Cadiero. Cadiero, ooh, push back. 9, 10, 8 fill. Cloyd misses his mark. No mark for either bowler in the 8th. Cadiero will make it a 9. And Cloyd will make it a 10. 80 and 8 for John Cadiero. It should be 86 in 8 for Devin Cloyd as the score correct goes in. Thank you, Faye Sawyer. Haven't talked about John Cadiero all too much yet. He has a home record of 20-22 at Boutwell, 8 and 6 on the road. And he'll drop 7. Devin Cloyd will take 6 split. 7, 10, 5, 6. Oh, and John Cadiero will sail through the ocean. Cloyd will punch the 5 and get a 6 out of it. Get the 6 pin out of it, and to leave the 7-10. John Cadiero for just getting out of here with an 8 for 88 and 9. Cloyd's got the 7-10. He's waiting for the Deadwood to finish, and they're rapidly doing a score correction down there. And that will be a fouled 8 box, I believe, for Devin Cloyd. Holding for the score update until I know more. 88 is confirmed for John Cadiero in the 9th. It should be 94 and 9 for Devin Cloyd. I'm waiting on that. It is confirmed, yes. Here's Cadiero on the nose. 6-7, 6-7. Devin Cloyd, 4-6. Both 8 drops. Both 8 drops. And the 6-7, the 6 goes, the 7 does not. Devin Cloyd on the 4-6. Oh, and I think he's got it. I will hold for the call on that. I did not see it. I did not have a clear angle. Could not tell. So Cadiero 9 for 97. And I think it's going to be in as a spare. Let's watch that again. I think, well, it was called as a spare. So again, streamer has no say in that. There's a 5 fill for Cloyd. Give you the update. 109 for Devin Cloyd and 97 for John Cadiero in the 5th. 404 for Cadiero, 462 for Cloyd. That is the update. Making sure that is right. Yes, 97, 109 is confirmed. I do have the replay if you want to see it.
Why not? I'd rather be fair about it.
Sure. Yeah, here it is coming up. We're actually going to use a replay to analyze. I think it.
Nicked in it right before.
Yeah.
I think it just barely dipped, and then it went in. Yep.
Okay. We were just doing a bowler review at their request, not mine. So yeah. That wasn't initiated by me. That was actually something the bowlers wanted to see. So okay, so they're going to accept that as a spare 5 for Devin Cloyd. So it is going to be a confirmed 462 after 4 for Devin Cloyd, 404 after 4 for John Cadiero. That is your score update. That was kind of exciting. Kind of happy we actually had that for review. All right, oops. Let's bring up the other scores here. It's a 2-drop for Faye Sawyer next. And a 9 for Greg Vellante, not on the head pin. Faye Sawyer punches through. Punches through, and that's about all I can say about that. 7-10, 4-3. There's a spare for Mr. Vellante. And that will be a 7 for Faye Sawyer. Let's look at Greg Vellante's spare again. Have a look at this. On the single. 72. No, wait. Sorry, I'll get to the updated numbers in a second. I put something in the wrong place. It's a 5-drop for Faye Sawyer. That's an oopsie on my part. 6 fill for Greg Vellante. Faye Sawyer just a little off the mark. And Greg Vellante with a nice follow-up spare. Double spares. That's 4 marks this game. 88 and a bonus for Greg Vellante. Faye Sawyer will take an 8. Right side 4 horseman shot for Greg Vellante is no problem. And Faye Sawyer will take all but the 1 and the 3. Maybe the 3 is going to think about it. Not quite. Seven drop for Mr. Greg Vellante. And an 8 fill for Faye Sawyer. I mean, no, sorry, 7 fill. Oh my goodness, 7 fill for Greg Vellante, 8 drop for Faye Sawyer. And a spare for Faye Sawyer. Greg Vellante misses his. Faye Sawyer 71 and a bonus in the 8th that is confirmed. Greg Vellante working on finishing this up. He'll get a 10 out of it for 105 and 8. Head pin percentage is Greg Vellante in the lead, 53%, followed by Devin Cloyd, and then Faye Sawyer, and then John Cadiero. Or sorry, those are perfect box percentages. I'll get you the head pin numbers in just a moment. Faye Sawyer drops 5. And fills 5. It's a 4 drop for Greg Vellante all the while. Faye Sawyer misses the object pin, leaves 3 on the deck. Oh, and a miss for Greg Vellante. Faye will take 1 and leave 2. For an 8 and a 6 box for Greg Vellante. 84-9 for Faye Sawyer. 111 in 9 for Greg Vellante. That's all confirmed. And Faye will take 6 down. 1, 2, 4, 9. Greg Vellante mixing, and he'll take 7 down. Faye Sawyer wants to spare that up and gave it a great try. Left the 4. Greg Vellante 137. And he's got it for the spare. Nice shot by Greg Vellante. We'll get you a replay on that in just a moment. 121 and a bonus 444 and counting. Faye Sawyer will take a nice 10 box out. Let's look at that replay by Greg Vellante all the while on the 1, the 3, and the 7. 1, the 3, and the 7 for Greg Vellante. Great shot. Here's Greg. For the fill. Seems to find himself always filling a mark at the 10th. That'll be a 6 fill. Get the numbers up here in just a moment. 127 for Greg Vellante is confirmed. 94 is confirmed for Faye Sawyer. 97 for John Cadiero is confirmed. 102, excuse me. It's going to be 102, actually, for Devin Cloyd. I guess they did rule that as a spare at the end of it all, so it will be a 102 for Devin Cloyd. They did walk that back. Okay, that's good. That's news to me. So, okay. And on to game 5 already. I am behind on my scoring, so give me a moment. Cloyd takes 7 down. Cadiero takes 5 down. And there's a spare for Cloyd. Nice clean one there. Cadiero will take an 8. Let's look at that replay by Devin Cloyd again on the 1, 4, and 7. Fires on that. Kabam. Nice shot by Devin Cloyd. And he'll punch 4, and he'll split 4. 4 fill for Devin Cloyd. Cadiero will take 5. You like jazz? For the spread eagle for the spare, he leaves the 2 and the 7. Cloyd does. And Cadiero will leave the 4 on his spare shot. Cloyd, nice 10, nice cleanup for 24 after 2. And a 10 box for Cadiero is 18 after 2. Looks like John Cadiero actually had a 9 in the first. Again, following the bowlers, so 19 after 2. 5 drop for Devin Cloyd. John Cadiero mixing. Nearly a strike. It's a late falling strike for John Cadiero. Wow, that was a wild. Quietly brilliant. Devin Cloyd still working box. I'll show you that replay in a second. That was a long one, but I think I was able to catch it. And a nice 10 box for Devin Cloyd. John Cadiero strike, meanwhile. Look at this shot. His pins mix, 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 mix. Great strike for John Cadiero. Let's see, it's 29 and a bonus after 3 for Cadiero, 34 after 3 for Devin Cloyd. That's what they got down there. That's what I got back here. And we're doing just a lane clear. That is not a live ball. Devin Cloyd, 2 strikes, 25 spares, 20 10s for the season, 47% perfect box percentage, 1,067 seasonal pinfall so far. Away average 96.7. 2 matches greater than or equal to 500 in total pinfall. Average points per away match is 4 right now. There's Devin Cloyd. It's a 5 drop. Missed the head pin. And a split of 7 for John Cadiero on the strike so far. Devin Cloyd will leave 4 down there. No mark. Cadiero, he'll leave the 4. No mark. For a 9 fill, though, on the strike. And a nice 10 box for Devin Cloyd, 44 and 4. And a 10 box for Cadiero for 48 and 4. I think they might need to score correct that for John Cadiero. Unless they don't. Okay, it'll be a 9 for John Cadiero unless they don't fix that. I will match them for the record. Devin Cloyd drops 6. Split 6. And Cadiero on the head pin there drops 9. Cloyd. Oh, and a nice spare for Devin Cloyd. Bookending his half. And so will John Cadiero, though. Great shot over. Great job overall. That should be 57 and a bonus after 5 for John Cadiero, I believe, and 54 and a bonus after 5 for Devin Cloyd. They are doing a score correction down there. I will hold for the call. It looks like they are fixing the 4th to be 48, so 58 and a bonus is confirmed. Here is your updated score for John Cadiero. 58 and a bonus after 5, 54 and a bonus after 5 for Devin Cloyd. That is what we got. Hooray. Welcome back. It's Greg Vellante and Faye Sawyer. Here comes Greg. He'll take 4 out. You're in the 5th and final game. You're on the ACST Class B and D North today. Faye Sawyer next. She'll poke 2 out. And there's a nice follow-up spare by Greg Vellante. Faye Sawyer looks to clean up on the 1-3 pocket, but can't quite do it. 4, 5, 7. And Faye will take 8. Look at this shot by Greg Vellante. What a beautifully executed ball right there. Greg Vellante has to reset his lane. I hope he remembers that. Yes, he will. So, Greg Vellante, 2 matches at or over 500 grand total pinfall. Average points per away match 6. Average points per home match 12. Following up on the spare, starting now. And he'll take a quick 6. Diamond left, diamond right. 6 on the fill. Faye Sawyer's off to the right. We'll take 8 down, 1 and 7. Vellante on the diamond, takes 2, leaves 2. Sawyer will miss her shot. Greg will make it a 9 box for 25 and 2. And Faye will make it a 9 box for 17 after 2. Didn't get to show you Greg Vellante just yet. So Greg Vellante, he has a season record of 24 and 18, 12 and 16 away, 12 and 2 home. Number 2 Class D average at 104.4. Number 6 Class D high series at 557. Greg Vellante will take a 7 down. Faye Sawyer next. Little full in the pocket. Splits 4. Vellante with a spare. He's got it. Nice full shot for a spare. 35 and a bonus after 3. Faye Sawyer taking 2. Leaving 4. Faye will make it a 7 box for 24 after 3. Let's look at that shot by Mr. Vellante. 1-2-9. Get those out of here. And those are out of here. Oops. Here's Greg with a 5 fill. Maybe. Had been thinking about it. It'll be a 5 fill. Cleary. Greg's Faye Sawyer takes the strike. And a nice spare though by Greg Vellante all the while. Oh my goodness, these marks. Bowlers going head to head against one another. That was a great one. Let's look at this shot by Greg Vellante. That was a great ball. And Greg will take 3 out. Faye's on the pocket again. Mixing. 5 pinfall this way. Oh, nice drop of 9. A delayed drop of 9. So she's got a 9 fill at least so far. Greg on the pocket. 7-9-4-6. And Faye Sawyer will take a spare on strike. A real nice follow-up there. That will be a 6 box for Mr. Vellante all the while. Let's check our scores. It should be 54 after 5 and a bonus for Faye Sawyer. And Greg should have 58. Or 59. I will take a look at where we had an issue there. It looks like he's at 59 on the, or 58 down there. 16, 24. It looks like he had an 8 box in the second, so I will correct it to match theirs. All right, here's John Cadiero, wasting no time. Certainly not. He wanted to throw a quick strike and almost did. Devin Cloyd will split 7. And fill is 7, I'll have you know. That's a 9 fill for John Cadiero. And a spare for Mr. John Cadiero. Devin Cloyd, I think that could be a foul, maybe. I did not get a chance to switch fast enough to see it. Couldn't tell. I'll hold for the call on that one. I think it's going to be a 7. I'll pencil it in as that. Yes, it is going to be a 7. I think. Or an 8 or something. It's in as an 8 on down there, and that's not correct, but I will follow them. Here's John Cadiero working on a spare. Takes 6 down, fills with 6. Devin Cloyd will take 7 down. And John Cadiero will leave the 4. Cloyd will leave the head pin. No mark for either bowler. Nice 10 box for John Cadiero. Cloyd will take a 9. 78 after 7 for Cloyd, 93 after 7 for Cadiero. That's what they got down there. That's a 3 drop for John Cadiero, painful one. 6-pack in the 10, or 6-pack in the 7 rather, and a split of the 4 and the 10 for Devin Cloyd. Cadiero overcorrects to the right, leaves the 1, 7, 10, 6. And Cloyd can't quite get the mark conversion. Here's John Cadiero. He'll take a 7 for 108 and a 9 for Devin Cloyd for 87 and 9. One, 3, 6 for Cadiero and a 5 drop for Cloyd. Neither bowler on the head pin there. Cadiero leaves the head pin, leaves the object pin. Cloyd leaves the 7. No mark for either bowler going, finishing up the 9th here. Cadiero will take a 10. Cloyd will take a 9. 96 and 9 for Cloyd. 110 and 9 for John Cadiero. John Cadiero gets some backdoor action, drops 7. Cloyd punches 2. Cadiero misses off to the left. And Cloyd will leave some in the backfield. 5, 7, 9. Cadiero will take an 8 for 118. Cadiero with a 7 for 103. And I think they may have to correct something down there. They gave him a 9. Yeah, they just caught it. That is going in. 103 for Cloyd. 118 for Cadiero. That is confirmed. All right. Score corrections appear to be complete. It's now back to Greg Vellante and Faye Sawyer to close out this match today at the end of the 5th game. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'm Steve Kelly on the call. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank our ACST committee members, including our league commissioner, Danny Finn, Class B treasurer, Corey Alisi, Class D treasurer, Nate Lees. And there's Faye Sawyer filling a spare with, 9. Great one there. Greg Vellante will take a couple out. 4 out to be exact. 9 fill for Faye Sawyer on the 7 pin for a spare. Oh, and she just misses it off to the left. Greg Vellante misses off to the right. No marks for either bowler here in the 6th. It's a 522 for John Cadiero and a 558 for Devin Cloyd today. That's our 5 game totals. And Faye Sawyer will take a 9. And that will be a 9 as well for Mr. Greg Vellante. So today, John Cadiero will be taking 4 points to Devin Cloyd's 10. John Cadiero 522, Devin Cloyd 558. By my count back here. Here's Faye Sawyer on the pocket. Drops 6, splits 6. Who? 9. Sorry, they were just checking a score. And And they asked the stringer for verification. I said, well, I got 9 here, so take that as you will if you didn't record it. So, hey, here's Greg Vellante to the right of the head pin. Dropping 4. Faye Sawyer all for the spare. She almost leaves it. She almost takes it. She leaves the 7. And Greg will make it a working box. Both bowlers will make it a working box. Faye Sawyer will edge it on for a 10. Stay on the edge for a 10, ride the rail for a 10. That'll be a 9 for Greg Vellante for 76 in 7, 82 in 7 for Faye Sawyer. I'd like to thank our ACST statistician, Micah Imperato, the staff at Academy Lanes. We thank Steve Abadili, who contributed some photo content, link in the description for his stuff. And for viewers like you, of course. Always like to appreciate you watching. Faye Sawyer almost with a repeat of her previous first ball. She split 7. Greg Vellante on the head pin. He'll drop 9, leaving the 5 pin. Faye Sawyer went for the left, went too far to the left. Leaves the 2 and the 6. Vellante on the 5, misses the 5 for the spare. Faye Sawyer, 8, 9, or 10 box now. She'll make it a 9 for 91 and 8. Greg Vellante, he'll take a 10. He'll miss the 2nd and get the 3rd for a 10 box. That's 86 and 8 for Greg Vellante, 91 and 8 for Faye Sawyer. Here's Faye. 1-3. Interesting split. Pins still are mixing. It's a 5 drop. Here's Greg with a split of his own. No, not a split of his own. A drop of 8. Late falling pins. And Faye Sawyer will punch the 2, and that's it. And a nice spare, though, for Greg Vellante. 96 in a bonus. Faye Sawyer looking to close out the 9th frame with a 6-box guarantee. And it will be an 8-box for 99 and 9. Faye Sawyer 99 and 9, 96 in a bonus in 9 for Greg Vellante. 514 for Faye Sawyer, 546 for Greg Vellante. And counting for Greg Vellante, who's on a mark. Greg Vellante currently looking to take at least 10 points. Faye Sawyer will punch 2. Half Worcester right side. Greg Vellante looking to fill his spare with 2. A direct hit on the 1-5. Faye Sawyer will cut across, leave 4 on the deck for at least a 6-box. Greg Vellante will try to take the bits of the eagle plus extras, and he'll leave much of the bird on the plate. Faye Sawyer will punch 1 for a 7. For a 106 and a 521 5-game total, and that will be a 6-box for Greg Vellante. 106 and 104 is confirmed. That's what I've got back here, and that's what's down there. So yes, it's going to be 521 for Faye Sawyer today. Falling to Greg Vellante's 554. Faye Sawyer will take 6 points today to Greg Vellante's 8, excuse me. And John Cadiero will take 4 points to Devin Cloyd's 10. Oh my goodness. Let's look at the final stats here once more. So yes, looks like the house wins today. Greg Vellante taking 8 points, Devin Cloyd taking 10 points. They take the majority points over the Boutwell's bowlers today. Faye Sawyer taking 6 points, John Cadiero taking 4 points. So those are your stats. Feel free to pause the video if you want to linger on any of these numbers for any longer. Let me show you some graphs as well if you want to see. Some of this is pretty cool. The first ball averages that are interesting. Faye Sawyer had a rising first ball average, but then between games 3 and 4, it fell off, but then it started rising again. The one that really started rising was John Cadiero, who went all the way up to a near 7.0 first ball average by the end of the match. Box winners overall, it was Greg Vellante's game to win today. Look at that, far and away the victor in terms of winning boxes, and only getting better and better and better starting from the third game on, separating from the rest of the pack. So anyways, so that should just about do it for us here at the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. I have some raffle tickets for the upcoming International Candlepin Worlds. If you are interested, I will just leave the info on the screen here, and my Venmo is at Skelly Skelly if you are interested to support the team for Worlds coming up next week. So anyways, that's just do it for us here at Academy Lanes in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Stay tuned later this afternoon. I'll be at Lakeside Lanes covering Devin Cloyd challenging Caitlin Zolko at around 3 p.m. Eastern Time in a few hours here. Anyways, I've been Steve Kelly. It was great to have you along with us today, and I'll see you next time this afternoon at the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Have a great one, everybody.